So that's Spiceland by yourself, Red Brick. We're joined by Doug today here on the Talk Tonight podcast. Doug, how are you, mate?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. Obviously, we've got Harry here also. Um,
Right.
so I suppose my first question for you is, how did you actually start out as a band?
Well, I think I was already in a band with the bassist Mills like a few years ago. We used to play the local scene in Wrexham a bit, like, you kind of pubs and stuff like that, and it was just like more of a kind of social occasion type thing.
Yeah.
We used to we were fucking awful, to be honest. But, yeah, but it was good. You know, it was really good at the time. You know, getting out, getting everyone to have a few bevies. You know, bringing people together with music. Really.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it was really fun. And then Jim, the drummer, was in another band called the Stems that played locally. Did the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think they generally played covers and stuff like that.
Right,
And
okay.
then, so we started off as a three-piece with just us three. And then I kind of thought, you know, we need to add another element here. So I was looking for a lead guitarist, and we had a few people that we were considering. Dan came in as the first one to practice with us.
Yeah.
And within about 2 minutes, I was just like, this is the guy. He started doing some sort of warm-up solo, and I was like, that's ridiculous. How can he not be a part of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we got together.
Brilliant stuff. So how long have you been together?
I think as a full band, we've only been together for a few months, really. We played our first gig about a month before the lockdown started. So not long, really. We're only just kind of starting out, but really hoping to solidify some material so we can just play tons of gigs.
Yeah, so obviously the best way to get your name out there is by just playing gigs.
Definitely.
Yeah, the more you play, word of mouth, it's the best way forward.
Yeah, definitely.
How was your writing such with Spiceland? Like, how long did it take to write?
Spiceland was it didn't. I mean, the initial riff for it. I was just playing around with my guitar, and I played it by accident almost, and I thought that kind of sounds cool. So I carried on with it. It's quite a simple. It's very simple musically, but the lyrics the lyrics took a bit longer because I had the first verse, I had the chorus, but originally when we first played it, I just repeated the first verse as a second verse, and then Mills, the bassist, came in with the second verse, which I think is probably the best part of it lyrically. And then that made it as a whole, and so it was over a bit of time, really.
Nice.
Great stuff. So obviously, like, you got the Idols t-shirt on, and we could definitely hear.
Rep the boys.
We could definitely hear some Idols like influences.
Yeah.
Like, would you say that your main influence, or?
Yeah, I think as a band, obviously we've all got our own, you know, influences and stuff, but I think as a collective, Idols are definitely our biggest influence. Yeah, we are all big fans of Idols, so as you can hear, it shines through the music.
No, yeah, definitely. So I mean, in the music scene, I don't know what it's like in Wrexham, but is it like a booming music scene, or is it like quite a?
Well, in Wrexham, I think because it's a very it's a working class town. It's been affected by you know, by most things that working class towns have. You know, there's poverty, there's addictions, etc., etc. So I think, you know, Wrexham has always had more or less a good music scene. I mean, we've had there's been some bands come through from Wrexham, you know, like, so in the past there's bands like The Alarm have come from Wrexham, and then more recently bands like in the pop punk scene like Neck Deep
I like that deeply.
So there is a good music scene. I think the thing with people from Wrexham, they just love to go out, hear some good music, and have a few beers on the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say it is thriving, and I feel like it can only get better.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. So what would you say is be like? Obviously, you said you want to get more playing gigs. So what would your like the next future in the future would be to get an EP out kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think what we're planning is we're going to really smash a lot of gigs, maybe release a couple more singles, see how they get taken in, and really just develop a bit of a fan base before we release an EP. So we've got quite a lot of people locally that I think will come and see us every time. You know, I think where we come from, everyone's very cliquey. Everyone supports their mates and stuff like that. It's really good. So yeah, I think once we've developed a bit of buzz around cities in the north and wherever we go, I think we've been thinking of going. I've been talking to promoters in places like Birmingham and Cardiff and stuff like that too. So yeah, I think once we've developed a bit of buzz and a bit of a following, then we'll release an EP and see if it takes off or not.
Yeah, saying like I think you've hit a good genre at a good time. I feel
Yeah,
like
definitely. You're right.
Important, like it's more, say it's more thriving than the whole indie scene at the moment.
Yeah, there is.
So, yeah, you've hit a good genre, and obviously your influence is Idols in there, and most people like Idols. I don't think I've ever met anyone that doesn't like them.
No, I know. I think with Idols is if people don't necessarily like the music that they release, they like what they stand for as well. So I think they've got a really good thing going on.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, I mean, they are one of the biggest bands in the UK music scene at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of that message, like, I mean, when did they release their album? Was it last year? Oh, I mean, they were getting big probably 2018, and now they're just massive. I would say they're overtaking the likes of Catfish and the Bottom and Blossoms. Like these bands you always hear about. Like, do you know? When it comes to your festivals, I feel like they're going to be a mainstay in the headline scene.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. They will. Yeah, they will get there too. I think they're releasing a new album soon, so hopefully that takes off. I really hope it does because I do love them.
I mean, their first album was just unbelievable, track for track. Like, just not a bad one on there.
No, exactly.
No.
So, as far as Red Brick are concerned, where do you see yourselves in 10 years?
In 10 years? Wow. That's a tough question.
We ask it every time.
Me personally, I'm not a very forward-thinking person, but I would like to hope my aspirations for it are to be playing to a good standard of people. Still playing music, because that's the thing that really kind of drives me for it. I just love playing music. It is my passion. So as long as we're still playing gigs, I'd appreciate that. It doesn't have to be anything major, but playing music is the dream, really.
Yeah, we spoke to a band called City Lights earlier, and they said very similar thing. Like, it's not about how big they are and how widely received. It's just as long as they're doing what they're passionate about, which is
definitely
music. Like, it's the most important thing.
The main thing is it's got to be fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think that's what most people like, don't they? As long as people have got an outlet to, they might have a 9-to-5 job, or they might be working all week. But I think people need an outlet to get rid of the stresses and all the bullshit that's involved in life. So music is like the main thing in some people's life, isn't it? It's what gets them going every day.
It's a massive outlet.
Definitely.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So obviously, you've played live a few times. What's the best gig you've ever played?
Oh, I think in Red Brick, or just overall.
Overall, and with Red Brick, answer both.
Okay. I think the best gig I've ever played is in my old band. We were called Mountbank. We were like don't know how to describe it, like a Britpop-ish band, I guess.
Yeah.
There's the main venue in Wrexham's called Central Station, and we played in there once, and that was a big deal for me because when I first started out that band, I thought, that was the goal. I want to play there. I've wanted the first gig I ever went to when I was 10 years old was in there or something like that. Like it was a dream, and when I played it, it was great. I was hungry. I was hungry for more then, though. So now I really want to play there again. That's also the dream again, but I want a bit more this time.
Yeah.
That was probably the best gig though.
All you can do just trying to get more and more, just aim higher and higher.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I'm fairly more driven for it now than I was back then. So I think. And I'm definitely more aware of what to do because I was in a world of my own then. I just wanted to. I was a bit egotistical about it. Being about 17, 18, playing to. We used to get a good turnout in the pubs and stuff like that. I used to think I was the dog's bollocks, but when really, I was just being arrogant. But now I want to, it's more for the music this time, I want to see if people receive it well. Yeah. I want to play with good energy, and I want to play tight and perfect,
Yeah. Since you've released Spiceland, how has it done? Like, for you?
You know what? I think it's coming up to, in a couple of days, it's been out for a month. And it's actually been received a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. For a first single, especially because at the time it was probably the heaviest of the tunes that we had. It's been received very well. It's almost had 1,000 streams overall and stuff like that.
Not too shabby, is it? Not too bad.
Yeah, it's for a first song, it's quite good, to be fair.
You should be proud of that.
I'm pretty buzzing with how it's been received. Even a lot of people that I wasn't expecting to like it do like it, and we've had a good response from people online. I haven't had any criticism too harsh yet, so I think it's gone quite well. It's nice. It's nice to hear that something that you put so much work into is paying off. So yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously we're both fans of Idols, and we both gave it a listen before we came on together. We're both like, this is jam. It's very, very good. It is very
nice
good.
One. Thanks,
can't lie.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, your other tunes that you've been working on, are they similar style to that?
Right. Yeah. So the tunes that we've had before the release of Spiceland, when we played a couple of gigs and stuff. They've been a similar sound, but I've been over this lockdown. It's been a blessing and a curse, really, because it's prevented us from playing gigs, but it has allowed me a lot of time to kind of write a lot of new material.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get back into practicing, I've probably wrote about 5 songs, but they're solid at the moment. I've recorded some demos for them. As soon as we get into practicing again and rehearsals, I'll get those down. They're in terms of sound, they're similar to Spiceland, but I think they've got a few more different influences in. So I've kind of lyrical style has kind of changed a little bit. I've kind of I really like simplistic lyrics, if you get me. I do love complex ones too, but for this type of music that we'll be playing, I quite like the kind of observational style of like Arctic Monkeys' first album, and like Slaves, stuff like that. I really
to
like
the point.
That like simplistic style, I really like that. Music wise, I think you could probably it's punky, it's alternative garage punk, really.
Nice.
But they sound good, to be fair. I'm very happy with, especially with a couple of them. I think they'll take off, to be honest.
Nice.
Brilliant stuff. Well, we look forward to hearing them when they're released. Hopefully, when you do eventually release an EP, we can get you back on.
I'd love that.
We'll go through this progression of your career together.
Yeah, that'd be great. We can only hope, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Doug, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Nice
Cheers
speaking to you.
And go stream Spiceland on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, wherever you're on. Cheers.
Nice one, man. Nice one.